everybody, Twin Flames. What are you up to today? Have you missed me? I've missed you. I've been doing all the free reading catch up. That's where I've been. I haven't been anywhere else, I promise. I did not go to Guatemala. I did not go to Timbuktu. Where else do I want to go? I don't know, Antarctica might be too cold. What about France and Spain? And all of those beautiful places in between. Ouch, what's going on here? Everyone breathe. We've got some heartbreak going on for Divine Masculine here. But before I get into that, I want to talk about, I'm going to shuffle the cards and talk, which is probably a bad idea because I get confused really easily. And Harry and Donkey both think it's funny. Wow, Divine Feminine. Okay. Alrighty, so the first thing I want to talk to you about, which is related to what's coming out already in the cards. Pause the video, grab a cuppa or some water. I'm guided to drink water. Because it's a little bit cold here this morning, I'm drinking warm water, which is an ingenious idea. So you know how, like, if it's a cold day, because I know where some of you live it's winter time, you can actually warm your water up, you know, put like sort of some of it with kettle water and then add rainwater or not tap water to finish it off. So it's really good. All right, so let me think about what I want to talk to you about. The energies of the Divine Masculine can sometimes be tainted with or imprinted with, where's my piece of paper here? This is kind of like a concept video as well as a reading, so just bear with me. In case you can't understand my Australian language, which is English, but you know what I mean, because I've got an accent. Imprinted. So the DM can get imprinted with a lot of things in his 3D environment. Okay. Wow. Okay, so he wants you to know this. So what can happen is if he's got a karmic or karmics, right? And of course karmics can be good and bad. They don't all have to be batshit crazy. But if he's got karmics, you can kind of imagine him as a, let's say he was a lion, okay? And as he gets imprinted with spots, he becomes a leopard. You know what I mean? So it's like, before all the bullshit happened, before all the stuff was going on, he may have been doing all right, and then the karmic kind of put her spot on him. His mother or father or siblings may have put their spots on him too. His workplace may have put their spots on him. And so what it can translate to is, especially, and this is especially if you're in separation, or no, especially when you're in separation. I'm going to write that down. Especially when, you know, so you might be in union, as in you talk to each other, you come and go because you both go to work or whatever, right? But when you are in separation, whether that's a long separation where you're not talking to each other at all, or in separation that, you know, you're both just going to work and then coming back and having phone calls or whatever, or coming back into the same house, right? It's during the separation time, right? During the separation time that you will feel whatever he feels. So You might get depressed and not understand why. You might feel that you have a sore stomach and you don't know why. You might feel anxious and you don't know why. You might feel angry out of nowhere and you don't feel why. Don't know why. You might get confused. You might get confused. You might have dementia and you don't know why. That was a joke. Oh dear. We need more water. We need more water to make us crazier. Okay. I used to joke to my friends when I was younger that, when they were all going out and trying alcohol and, marijuana and whatever they tried, they'd go to parties and they'd come and tell me about it and say, oh, you missed out on such a great party or something. And I'd be like, you already know me. Imagine me on a drug as well. Imagine how crazy I'd get. So anyway, Charlotte is not laughing today as usual. She's still waiting for Harry to return. Yes, we are both still waiting for Harry, aren't we? The only upside to that is that she doesn't have to cook tacos because he's out and about, and she gave him money so he can first of all buy a present for her, but buy his takeaway food. And we don't know where he's been sleeping, which has been a little bit of a worry. Charlotte's kind of been thinking all sorts of crazy things, which can happen on the twin flame journey. So this imprinting on the DM happens in the 3D, and it comes from karmics or karmic situations which can have a negative impact on him. And this is why, now I'm going to move into the reading, this is why, number one, divine feminine can feel like shit and not know why. And number two, why divine masculine can maybe not be coming in. Because he doesn't want to, I'm going to use the word taint, he doesn't want to taint the divine feminine with all the BS going on. Because it looks like there could be 3 things here that aren't working out for him. Wow. My throat chakra always starts playing up when the divine masculine's trying to get a message across. So this could be a karmic situation, a home situation. This could be a workplace situation. This could be a money situation. There's 3 things causing his heart chakra to close off. So if he's not coming in for you right at this minute, that's why, okay? And of course, get a private reading with me if you want to know your own private story, okay? So the divine feminine may be feeling kind of weird, like, I thought I was okay, but I'm kind of feeling like the energy's a little bit weird. And then she goes, well, I might not even, I'm not really arguing with anyone, and I don't know why I could be feeling off balance. And this is why I'm here today, to tell you that you're feeling the repercussions from your twin flame. Okay, so let's go into the stories about what's going on with him today. Some divine feminines are having a really hard time, and some divine feminines are kind of having a time where they go, well, I'm okay, but I'm not great, and some divine feminines are having a wonderful beaming time. Like, there's kind of 3 scenarios going on at this present time. And of course, that's because everyone has their own unique situations, but in general, most of you are feeling that the divine masculine's kind of staying away for the minute. Or for some of you, you had a sexual encounter with them and you thought everything was tickety-boo, and then they went and ghosted you. And there's not ghosted you, but kind of left. Okay, wow. Alrighty, yeah. This is all because of that female energy. Makes me want to breathe deeply when we tap into this. This is someone doing spell work. This is someone meddling. This is someone emasculating your divine masculine. And if it doesn't resonate for you, that's fine. But for many of you, your divine masculine is being put in his place by a feminine energy, which could be in a male body, as we know. But it's distorted energy. It's not a happy energy at all. And so he feels really exhausted. Mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. He may not even say it to you. He may not say, I'm physically exhausted. Wow, the Tower is also here. It's like this energy of, if you walked up to a tower of electricity and you just accidentally leaned on it, like everything was going fine and then you just kind of leaned on it and, this massive explosion happened. That's what this card reminds me of. So it's like the karmic is zapping his energy in some kind of way, or making him run more errands than usual, or making him feel like he's not doing enough, or making him feel like he's not good enough in some kind of way. And it's translating to him going, I really feel like shit right now. Like, that's what he wants to say. I really, excuse my language, but it's like, I feel like shit. Maybe as a kid, you know how at kindergarten kids are treated with all this, oh wow, what did you draw? Wow, look at that, it's the sunshine. Wow, look at the moon. Wow, look at that Peggy you drew, And he kind of feels like he was this wonderful little boy. And then what happened? Like, just because he grew up, everyone can treat him like shit? Like, he doesn't understand it. He's like, I'm fairly integral. I try my best. He's kind of like, WTF is going on with these feminine energies in my life? Why are they so trapped in their ego? Why are they so trapped in their mind? Why are they so nasty? Why are they so masculine, he also wants to say. Some of them are very masculine and in that alpha distorted kind of way, and he doesn't like it at all. And so he's feeling small. When you break someone's heart more than one time, that person will feel vulnerable. And if you're a divine feminine listening today, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you had any abuse in childhood, or if you had any trauma of any kind, you'll know that you feel childlike. That's resonating with a lot of you today. Wow. Okay. So any kind of trauma, any kind of abuse, any kind of bullying, it may be that you got bullied at school or something like that, or, it may be worse than that, but take it how it resonates for you today. But when people keep, breaking your heart in an emotional way, because the heart's connected to the emotions, you feel small. And so divine masculine says, well, some of them, they say, I want to die. Like, I can't stand it anymore. Right? They feel like it's killing them. Emotionally killing them. Okay, so don't take that literally. They don't feel like they want to die for real, but they kind of make that statement of, is it worth being alive if I have to go through this all the time? Is it worth, wow, excuse me, with my throat chakra, is it worth all of these sleepless nights? Is it worth even worrying about anymore? But many of them are trapped here. They're trapped in it. Wow. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cough. Wow. So the divine masculine is channeling the energy through me right now, and this is why I'm coughing, because it's affecting my throat chakra, because I'm communicating. But as soon as I finish communicating their message, it'll stop. All right? So just know that I'm an empath, and that's what happens. For years I wondered why my throat was mucking around so much. There's nothing wrong with it. It happens. I channel the message and then it goes away. All right, so the action that they're taking is that they are spending time on their own. They may even be like locking themselves in a room or staying at work longer, right? Feeling very childlike though, right? Trying to, what's the word I want to use? Nurture themselves. Some of them may even be curling up in a ball and holding themselves, trying to give themselves this physical love that they so desperately need. Wow, 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 wow. Many of them are bored, depressed. Many of them arguing with the karmic. A karmic woman or karmic women. This card's come up twice now, but this has just happened in the recent past. Okay, so it's a recent past energy that tipped him off balance, which is of course filtering through to the divine feminine. So some of the divine feminine are kind of, I've had lots of emails saying, well, I don't quite feel right, not sure what's going on with me. No matter wow, no matter how much divine feminine prays and meditates and goes within and all of that, she's still feeling this weirdness. And then of course, because she's feeling vulnerable, she's like, well, why hasn't my twin flame messaged me? I need them. The divine masculine kind of goes, I want my twin flame. But the divine feminine goes, I need my twin flame. And it's at these vulnerable stages when the test, it's like a divine test in a way. Can you get through this and still remain in unconditional love? When your divine masculine comes back in, can you still recompense him with your resources? Can you still be kind? Can you still remind him to go to God and pray, or whoever it is you believe in, Buddha, Allah, etc. Okay, to remain in unconditional love is a different thing than a 3D relationship. If we were in a 3D relationship and someone wasn't coming back in, if we were in separation, we'd say, well, hey, you don't want to talk to me, I'm out of here, bucko. The feminine would get in her masculine energy, right? Her alpha masculine, say, hey, I've got boundaries. You not coming in? Sayonara. See you later. Ciao. Right? But this is not a third dimensional relationship. This is not that at all. As we know, it's an energetic third eye to third eye spiritual connection. And so when your divine masculine feels down, you, if you are intuitive in any kind of way, will feel it too. Wow. Let's see what the advice is from Spirit. Okay. All right, divine feminine. Sometimes you're focusing on worst case scenario. It's never going to happen. It's bad luck. I'm, confused. Maybe he doesn't want me because we've got a third party situation going on. Maybe he's going to break my heart. Maybe he hasn't got enough money. Maybe I should remain single. Maybe I should, all of the thoughts that come in when we feel in that negative space, right? Maybe I'm too stressed. Maybe I need to find another job. Maybe I don't know what my mission is. Maybe I don't deserve love. Maybe I can't manifest anything. Maybe he doesn't love me, not choosing me. I could use the whole tarot deck to keep going on and on with scenarios. And this is when you need to let your soul, right? If you can imagine that your soul can just for fun, imagine you are a snail, all right? And Charlotte's looking at me with that look. No, this is a good one, I promise. She thinks it's ridiculous. Doesn't matter. Donkey loves it, don't you, Donkey? All right. Donkey will help me. Imagine you're a snail and you've got a big shell, and that big shell is your soul, okay? And no matter what happens in your life, you can use that big shell, which is your soul, to feel safe, okay? So even when your divine masculine doesn't come in, or even when you don't get that promotion at work, oh, whoops. Sorry, dog. It's going to bite me hard now. Okay. Even when you don't get that promotion at work, even when something's not going your way, even when Aunt Bessie at the wedding that you didn't want to go to pisses you off, right? You can still say, hey, I'm loving, I'm compassionate, I'm caring, right? You can still be that soul energy. You want to come from that place of the soul. You don't want to come from that place of the 3D mind space ego. So we don't want to do this, Divine Feminine. This is the message from Spirit. Do not close off your heart chakra and lay in your bed and be miserable and cry, right? That will not bring your twin flame to you if that's your goal. For some of you, it's not the goal, okay? The secret is, I love this, it's like the secret is and always has been, stay in your heart space, no matter what. Stay in your joy, stay in your joy, stay in your joy, stay in your joy. I'm going to say it again. Stay in your joy, stay in your joy, stay in your joy. Ready? We're going to yell it. Stay in your joy. Do not stalk anyone with that name, okay? Stay in your joy, not anyone. Don't follow any people that are called that, all right? Do what you have to do. Look at pictures that make you happy. Do those transformational things that make you feel better. Whatever that is for you. It could be belly dancing. It could be singing karaoke with toys, like for me. That's my thing. It could be going out into the sunshine and sunbathing for a little while. It could be going swimming with your children. It could be taking a long hot shower. It could be praying. It could be a myriad of different things, but stay in your joy. All right, now the next part of the video, and then I'm going to get some messages from the Divine Masculine, but the next part of the video is part of the concept. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you are that beautiful little girl or boy, depending on your gender. I don't know, apparently there's all these new genders. Someone was saying you can be an Apache helicopter. I don't know. I don't understand it all. But for me, when I grew up, there was just, you know, boys and girls, but whatever you want to associate yourself with is fine by me. I'm drawing a little girl here because I was a little girl when I grew up, okay? So let's imagine this is me. Now, I have great childhood memories. You know, we've all got good childhood memories and we've all got shit childhood memories, okay? But let's just say I'm at the park and I'm flying a kite, okay? And I'm really happy, okay? Have you seen those kids that have, you know, put a kite in the air for the first time? Or that, you know, have been given a puppy or have seen bubbles for the first time? You know, those little, even little toddlers. And they see something for the first time and their eyes light up. That's the kind of joy that I want you to be in. So when your divine masculine finally comes back, if you're in separation with him, you can give him this joyfulness, right? You can imprint yourself with joy. All right. So if we say imprinting by the karmics is like, wow, he still wants to speak here. Imprinting by the karmics is like putting, by negative karmics I'm talking about here, is like putting spots on a lion, changing it into a leopard, let's say. But we can also imprint our twin flame with joyfulness. We can also remind, I'm coming divine masculine, he's waiting for me to give these love messages. We can also give the divine masculine our joyfulness. We can remind him to pray. We can remind him to eat better. We can remind him that he doesn't need that addiction. We can remind him that they can safely come back into the divine feminine and be nurtured and loved, because that's what they need. Until they can learn to do it for themselves, they're going to need divine feminine to show them. If you adopted a child or you gave birth to your own child, you would love it and nurture it. And so I want you to see your twin flame journey as the same. Under all that adultness is a little child. Many of you have mentioned that you come into contact with your own inner child after spending some time with me, and that's because I try and, I think I am childlike a little bit, in my demeanor sometimes. So our inner child is something we can love and nourish and cherish. And so if you want to go to the park as an adult and fly a kite, that's great. You can even maybe take your kids with you so you don't feel like such a kid, but you're allowed to be a big kid. That's part of staying in your joy. That's part of who you are meant to be. You should never lose that joyfulness. All right, I've got a lot of love messages now. Some of them are negative and some of them are positive. So I'm going to put the negative ones on one side because this is what's going on. This imprinting is happening here. There we go. Imprinting's happening here. And yeah, we've kind of got the divine masculines that I'm tapping into. There's two lots here. There's the ones that are really having a hard time with the karmic situation. And then there's the other ones that are just, batshit crazy, working too much around Christmas time. But the overall message is, ever since I met you, nobody else is worth thinking about. So that's the overall message from all divine masculines today. That's the message. The ones who are going through a rough time right now, say, please understand that I was in pain. I never meant to ruin things. I never meant to ruin us. Okay? I'm somewhere between giving up and seeing how much more I can take. This is that need for you to come in and be loving and gentle and nurturing no matter what they've done. This is unconditional love. On the twin flame journey, we have unconditional love. There are no conditions. How can you be mad at yourself? Well, I can be, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. How can you be mad at yourself? I'm sorry for hurting you. I never wanted you to feel bad in any way. So as they've been in this pain, they may have hurt you by not coming in or by not speaking, and you've expected them to be there and they haven't been. All I want to do right now is cry and scream and let it all out because the pain is killing me inside. Many of them feel like they're being trampled on by the karmics. They're being emasculated, they're being spoken to rudely, they're being, made to feel that they're not good enough in some kind of way or in a lot of ways. There's a lot of bullying going on in many household situations. All right, the more positive messages from the divine masculine soul are, I keep myself busy with the things I do, but every time I pause, I still think of you. You are the best thing that happened to me in a long time. Okay. You are the reason why I'm smiling again. You are the glow that lights up my life. So as a last little message, I want to remind Divine Feminine that when you give someone unconditional love, there's no conditions to it. So it's the same as loving a child. You know, if your child, let's say, swears and they're 5, first of all, you might laugh and go, wow, where did they learn that from? Probably me. But you know what I mean? You would explain to them that, hey, sweetie, you know, that's not okay, right? But you wouldn't what's the word you wouldn't scold them. You would just explain to them that that's not okay. So if there's something your divine masculine is doing that you don't like, you just explain to them, hey honey, hey sweetie, hey sugar pie, sugar plum, baby, sweetheart, whatever you call them. And you can do this in 5D as well, or the ethereal. You know, I don't like it when you, because it makes me feel this way. But remember, you're speaking to your own soul. Okay, so it makes it kind of weird. So, you know, as you're communicating with them, you're actually having a conversation with your own soul, which is weird in itself, right? I mean, it is weird. The weirdness will never go away. But the whole thing is that you don't have to emasculate them in any way. Take gender how it resonates, but you don't have to make them feel bad in any way. And you can be loving and supportive and kind and caring, just like you would be with children, right? You don't have to get all in your ego to deal with your twin flame, because the twin flame connection is not a third dimensional connection. It can eventually be that. You can come into 3D union, but it's a spiritual connection, which means that you need to come from that place of, you know, if you were having a conversation with a spiritual master, you would probably act differently than if you were speaking to that boss that you hate at work, you know, because you know that they've got that magic. You know, it's like this magic that people have. And you know that even if your twin flame isn't spiritual at all, that they've got this magic, and that you kind of know that you can sort of get in and explain things to them and they'll understand. You know what I mean? Like, even if they're not spiritual, you can still say, hey honey, hey sugar plum, hey sweetie pie, hey baby, I need you to did you hear what I did? I need you to. Do you need them to do anything? No, you need them just to simply be okay, because they are you. So this is where some twin flames say, you know what, I wish the best for my twin flame, and if they don't choose me, then that's okay, because you just want them to be okay, which is what you do with your children, don't you? If you've got children, all you want for them is for them to be happy and to be okay. And it's the same with your twin flame. All right? I think I've confused everyone enough today, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to give you a big kiss and a big hug and a smirk from Charlotte. Let's bring Donkey in too. Donkey's still laughing about Harry. And Charlotte's not too happy about it, but Donkey doesn't care. Donkey, you're not in your ego today, are you? We're going to have to sort them out a bit later on. But Cookie's also here, and I think Cookie's got batteries. So let's see if we can get some kisses from Cookie before we go. All right, are we ready? Let's see. You got batteries again. You're so clever. We just love doing this with Cookie, don't we? Because it makes us feel better. Some divine feminines would like to do that to their divine masculine's head with a bit more of a slap. Say, where are you? Oh, sorry, Cookie. Sorry, darling. Where are you, divine masculine? And off comes the head. I take that back. We're only joking, of course. Divine masculines listening today, we're only joking. We would never truly do that, would we? Would we, divine feminines? Alrighty, it's going to be, hopefully I'll try and upload every day. Sometimes it's every second day, but bear with me because, you know, I do other things in my life apart from be on YouTube. Mostly helping people with the Ascension package, manifesting courses, etc., etc., etc. And the last thing I want to mention is if you feel that you're divine masculine or yourself, whichever one you are, DM or DF, we have, of course, got all the energies going on. If you feel like you need a negative energy removal from your aura, let me know and get in contact with me at tarotforyou444@gmail.com. I love you all very much. Stay positive, stay healthy, and make sure you kiss Santa Claus at the local mall, and that'll keep you in touch with your inner child and make all of the other people in the mall go, wow, that person really is batshit crazy. But you can just laugh and think, Nat told me to do that. If you do that, take a selfie. If you kiss Santa, take a selfie and send it to my Gmail. I'd love to see that. All of these grown adults kissing Santa. I don't know, maybe you're not allowed to do that because of what's going on in the world situation, but it would be really funny, wouldn't it? Or even just sitting on his lap as an adult. Then one day you can show your DM and say, see, when I was missing you, look what I did. I was batshit crazy with Nat, and she told me to do this to feel better. And I promise you, you'll feel better if you sit on Santa's knee. May all your wishes come true this Christmas. I love you all so much. I'm rambling now. See you later. Bye.